And what you just saw in the thumbnail, it's not a false advertising, it's not a clickbait. It's actually true, you can play with the Vikings in the Age of Empires 1, the one from 1997, so that's not even definitive edition. You could do that several years ago and you did not know. You did not need to wait for a DLC or anything like that. So we have here the Blood Tide. That's the scenario that you can play with Vikings. So again, it's not really a clickbait, but at the same time, you must remember that what we are playing here is a custom content, but it's a custom content really, really well made. So let's read about it and then I'll explain more about it, because there is a bunch of objectives here, but all of it will be a very well-made scenario and a very fun Viking adventure. Probably one of the best on any Age of Empires ever made so far. Let's begin. Linking the late antiquity with the high Middle Ages, the Viking Age is usually taken to last from the late 8th century to the 11th century. While most of the European kingdoms are engaged in political conflicts, a new power is growing in the north. People from Scandinavia, the Norse, are leaving their homeland due to population pressure. Looking for wealth and new lands to settle, calling themselves Vikings, the Norse are famed for their navigation ability and their aggressivity. You're a part of this mass of people living Scandinavia in search of for fortune. Acting as the Norwegian Vikings, you have to cooperate with the Danish and Swedish tribes to further your common goals. The Danes are on your same raiding route to Britain. Despite their lack of forests, they have assembled a powerful fleet that will dispose of any resistance with ease. The Swedes are trying to venture themselves in the Russian steppes, but their way is hindered by crafty Slavic tribes. The Swedes have sent a help request, which is up to you to evaluate. Go now and press forward to the utmost. Remember, in every battle where you are present, one of two things will happen. You either fall or come back alive. Be bold, therefore, for everything is preordained. Nothing can bring a man to death if his time hasn't come, and nothing can save one doomed to die. So be valiant and hardly in perils. To die in flight is the worst death of all. Woo! So that's very good, and that's very exciting in my opinion. We are in the year of 820 Anno Domini. So it means that we're quite far away from the antiquity, where it's usually where take place is the Battle of Age of Empires 1. But in this case, we have a beautiful, very well-made raiding scenario, where we have to not only fight in Britain, but also in the Slavic lands, and also we can have the opportunity to actually raid Ireland. So that's a very big map, very well made, and it's so important, the bitmap. That's something that I comment, but back to the day they had a lot of care with the bitmap. How it is this art? Look at this. The Shetlands, the Faroe Islands. So these places you need to pay attention to the map, because where you start, and you are blue as always in Age of Empires 1, back in the edition from 1997. We will start here in Kaupang, in Norwegian, modern time Norway, and we'll have to help both our allies, which are also Norsemen, like we are here. And it's very important, just pay attention, because knowing the locations will help you to guide yourself in the huge map that we have to face. So there we go. Let's go for the objectives that we have in this incredible mission. Research rune alphabet writing as the game starts, so to benefit from shared view with the Danes, Red Norse, and Swedes, Yellow Norse. So very important to read and distinguish which color will be your ally. There will be the Danes here, and there will be the Swedes, and it's present the bitmap. Unlike the old school Age of Empires, we have to actually research writing in order to get the line of sight of our allies. So that's another great detail, because nowadays we don't need to do any of this in any Age of Empires as far as I know. All of the definitive editions got rid of it. But that's how it was supposed to be back in the day. Send at least one Berserk, long swordsman, as emissary to the government centers of Birka in Sweden and Hedeby in Denmark. So very good. We have limited units that we have to preserve, but here they are renamed. So you get special units because the language file is changed just for this campaign. And it's so well done because they change everything. The resorts in the church, in the monastery, I mean, they are adapted for the reality of the Vikings. So that's so well done, and the same goes for the units. And following, we have that to protect all Norse government centers. So that's very important. We also have to defend the spot. These government centers should be protected. Raise all monasteries in Britain, 3 in total, and claim the treasures they hold. Probably we have to bring the relics to Kolping, which is our starting city. The island of Gotland has fallen under Slavic control. Assist the Swedes in destroying the Slavic fortress Ballista Tower located there. So very important, there will be a Ballista Tower that we have to get rid of. And capture the Irish or the Slavic ruins and keep them under your control. So I probably will go after the Slavic ruins just because I believe it will be much more fun. But at the same time, I believe that I will have to really pay attention because that will be a long scenario and there will be the need to save, and maybe I will have to change my plans in the middle of the play. But there we go. Oh, by the way, it's telling us that we have the island of Gotland. So like here, Gotland, we should pay attention to this place because here it's the place where there is the Slavic fortress, the Ballista Tower. So we must pay attention that somewhere near here where the Sweden will be, there will be the Gotland, and then there will be the Slavic land. Riga, Vitebsky, and Novgorod for away. But yeah, very important, very detailed map, and it's very good how the real life map merges into the scenario. So in my opinion, it's the best Viking scenario that I ever played in Age of Empires. Point. There is no. I can argue that there is many very good things made nowadays, but back in the day, to craft such map, it would demand so much time, and you have to make so many tricks, and the way that they use the eye candy back in the day is so different from nowadays that I believe that considering the time of when it was made, that's my favorite one. That's my personal rank. I just love it how they could do that in Age of Empires 1. So I also want to call attention to the historical notes. I was reading it. I'm not going to read it because it's quite long and I want to play it. I'm very excited. But it's very good. You can pause and read. And there is many details about the Norse expansion and the Viking era. Also explaining that even though every Viking was a Norseman, not every Norseman was a Viking. So that's very important. It also shows another details and how the Vikings were present on all of these places: Britain, Shetland, Ireland, Iceland, Faroe. I think that's how I should spell it. Sorry about my spelling if it's wrong, but I know about these important islands here. For the Norse history: Finland, Germany, Italy, France, Spain, Greenland, Canada, Russia, Ukraine. So that's amazing. All of these places. Vikings are always attractive, and that was one of the civilizations that I believe that most new players like because they sound cooler. But now we're gonna face how they are in Age of Empires 1. Since they had to adapt, we'll have to play with the tech tree of the Shank. So it's very weird because the Sweden, for example, is utilizing the tech tree of the Chosen. I believe that Chosen is the one that fits better with the Vikings because, you know, Vikings, infantry, and Shank is not really an Age of Empires civilization for infantry. But alas, I believe that it should be a cool session. We'll act as according how you would use a Shank tech tree, but at the same time, I will make sure to visualize all the difference and try to be as Viking as possible because I believe it will be a much more about raiding, much more about pay attention about your objectives, and not really about standard play. But very good, and you have to take care of your 2 allies. Don't forget about that. We have hints, and let me check. I will read it. They should be important. You can train additional berserks, as I said. At least 2 of them must survive and reach the allied government centers, or you will lose. Very important. Given time, the Danes will develop a very powerful navy that will harass the Britons. They are rapidly running out of wood, however. Support the Danes via tributing, and don't be stingy. Wood is the only resource they need, either for their navy and army. So important, I probably have to tribute. Another very, very good aspect that it's not really standard. Back in the day, it was hard to make AIs actually functional, but in this case, by tributing, we can make them work properly for our objectives. Swedes are self-sufficient in terms of resources, but they hardly gain the upper hand against the Slavs without your help. So maybe tributing and especially aiding them with military should be important. If the message Slavs defeated appears, it means the Swedes have succeeded in destroying the Slavic ballista tower in Gotland. Fish should be your main food resource, important, so fishing scenario. It is possible to convert ally units, so put them under your direct control. This won't affect their diplomatic stance towards you. So that's another good detail. A group of Norsemen have settled in Shetlands. Okay, Shetlands, I live here. I might go there to visit them. Arguably, they have built something useful there. The Britons have a limited number of special defensive units. Once these are forfeit, land invasion will be much easier. Important. Your allies' effectiveness is dramatically influenced by the difficult level. You should play the scenario on hard for best effect. On extra missions, optionals, not victory conditions, venture yourself into Saxon's homeland, southern portion of the map, and make possession of their siege workshop by converting. Try to capture both the Irish and Slavic ruins for extra score. To do this, you need to keep another task as last objective. Okay, so let's go. Let me check. Okay. So, alright. Alright. Very good. So now we have all here. So let's try to research, and maybe you can take this forest bushes. So again, that's a beautiful eye candy. That's something that demands so much work. Ooh, I can hunt this, unfortunately. So let's go. Okay, so I will probably start my fishing economy. Let's go. Ooh, for the dock. Oh, and we have our government center and writing. So yeah, Age of Empires 1. So there's many hotkeys and facility and other utilities that we don't have. Let me adjust. Okay, that's good. So now I believe that it's better to hear me. Now let's keep making more villagers. We are in the Dark Age, so the language even changes it, so it's not the Stone Age or anything. I think the Dark Age should be probably the Bronze Age, actually, because here we can go to the Feudal Age, which is the Iron Age. So very good. Let's send all of you guys to actually make more functional economy for me. And here we go. We got the writing. So they're red fighting here. They're the champion. So the champion are the phalange. These guys are short swordmen. And here is the cavalry. Very good. Let's see if I can... Okay. So, grabbing some resources can be difficult. Can I bring these units here, like by walking? I guess we can. Okay, that's quite good. So I probably will try to make sure that they can be defended. So yeah, fishing economy. I have a lot of wood actually. I'm very used to standard starts. Very good, and we need more range. Okay, great, so they can visit here. Some path fighting problems, but that's okay. So yeah, you guys can keep on them safe for now. And yeah, it's pretty big. Probably not as the kind of action that we see nowadays, which are more... I would say we have now very good map designers, but back in the day it would be hard because we depended on how the game would react to certain ideas, and the pathfinding wasn't the best at all. No matter how much I put my nostalgia glasses on, we shouldn't forget that we had a lot of limitations in this game. But now, let's try to look around and search here about what we can see here in the North Islands. So very good. Okay, we have a very functional economy for fishing. Let's walk around, search for more resources. Very good. Yeah, we have a lot of wood here available. Oh yeah, more gold. Great. So yeah, we have 50. Yeah, we have 50 population space, so that's another thing that I should not lose from my site. So far, no problem for the Danes. I probably might need to put a stone wall here or something. Oh, there's even a horse. Oh, that's great. So that's a good detail. That's a secret unit. And yeah, you guys come here. Very good. So yeah. Now let's put here my dock. And as we are Shang, we don't have transport ships. Ooh. We don't have transport ships, heavy transport ships. Maybe we have? I need to check the technology tree, but we don't have catapult triremes, if I'm not mistaken. We don't have catapults triremes, so that's gonna make more complex to make our... Okay, I need to micro this. That's gonna make complex to siege the place here, the Slavic fortress here. Should be very hard, more specifically here, the fortress, but here is the main base where the boats are coming from. So let's go for my... Ooh. Very good. Well, let's keep making galleys. Yeah, they have quite a bunch of resources. They have also heavy transports. Okay, for now the Britons are not really a big nuisance for now, and I need to build up my forces. We might need the priest. I believe that it will be a big help for us. As a Shang, we can also make cavalry. Chariots, I don't think that Vikings used chariots at all during their raids, but we can try to use their archery range as well, which Shang is pretty good. They have composite bowmen as well, which they are fast and powerful. Also, they demand a lot of gold, but well, that's okay. Okay, pretty great. It's actually pretty damaged, so very good. Very good. Ooh. So maybe I will need a mass of galleys to get rid of this ballista tower. Let's concentrate. That's enough talc for my part. And I probably will need maybe an extra dock. Very good. Yeah. Let's put, what else we have? Oh yeah, we have a fishing. We have some a small fishing pond here, so that's great. Okay, I will keep you here as a safety measure. And then I need to put another one there for the Danes. And these guys are able to raid, so that's great news. Let's go back, my housing. Yeah, I don't have that much of population space. That's a pretty rich area. Maybe you can come here and do a little bit of exploration. Now let's build up our forces. Probably an archer range will be good. So yeah, that's a huge mess. Probably need more. Yeah, and go to the Iron Age. So okay, yeah. And we have the Berserk. That's so cool. For Scout. Yeah, hopefully the Shank can have transport. Now there is something that I don't recall about their tech tree. I believe maybe are the Chosen, which are the ones that are being used by the Sweden here. Not only they like composite bowmen, I believe that they like, yeah, they like composite bowmen, but they have very good infantry. On the other hand, I believe that the Chosen is very weak with their navy, so that's the problem if they had picked Chosen instead of Shank. So let's go for the temple as well. I believe that temple will give me insane value. Let's keep making the research here. So very good. You guys can get more wood. What about that? And then maybe get some extra gold. And we don't have coinage as Shank. That's bad. So I put them hardest. There is a recommendation to put the allies on hard. Okay, the Irish now change diplomat stance with you to enemy. Okay. Now let's get rid of this ballista tower. Okay. We upgraded, and yeah. Very good. Slavs are defeated. Yeah, and we will have to... oh well. Yeah, that's bad. We will have to make more transport ships in order to put our troops on. Yeah, in order to put our troops into Slavic lands, we'll have to make extra transport ships. Oh, okay. There's a sun thrower here. So I'm afraid that I'll have to sooner or later go and help my Dane friend here. Yeah, they are trying to attack, which is really good. They're really effective. Okay, you stay here for now, because 2 of you are not needed, but you guys will be needed to actually wage war. Yeah, I'm gonna need this, and I'm gonna need this, and I'm gonna need this. What else we need? Okay. Yeah, the Slavs were defeated, but now I need to destroy their land. Actually go after them and take their ruins. And they're still making units, interesting. Okay, that's a beautiful map, very well made. Really looks like that we are entering into, kind of believe are the Baltic countries area. But that's very good. We have to get rid of these watchtowers. Very good. Let's grab this gold. Thank you. Okay, now the Saxons are enemy to us. Is there more gold here in this land? And they're still making units. That's an interesting behavior. So we kind of have a trigger to make them defeated, but they still make a lot of units. So there will be more fight than I thought here. Yeah. Oh, horse archers are always good. Even though I believe that I don't have. I believe that there is some upgrades that they won't be available to us. Okay. Probably composite movement would be better in this situation. Now, I did not forget that there's we can get some sort of reinforcement from the Shetlands. Okay, very good. I don't think that there is anything else that I can use as value here. There is a lot of space to build. That's for sure. Yeah. Oh yeah, that can be useful. Now let me get. Oh yeah, in order to get the gold, it will be harder than I thought. Let me check. Yeah, there is some places here where you can get some gold and stone. So that's very good. Oh yeah, oh, it's so hard to build stuff here. Oh well, that's the best that I could do. Scots are also an enemy of us now. Okay, now they're turning on me. They are probably getting stronger. Okay, and I need to cut off that wood if I want to get more... If I want to get these resources. Oh, and I also should... Okay, Norse, it's player 2, Yamato, which should be the Danes. Okay. You guys gonna get a bunch of wood, and I probably will give you more wood as soon as possible. That's a very cool trick. Look at this. That's so amazing. It looks so beautiful and so simple at the same time. But that's what I love. It's a really well done map. And there's a lot of things that I should do. Let's check how it is the area here. So now everything's clean. And these ships are free to go elsewhere. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Some more horses. That's a beautiful eye candy. Okay, great. There was a lot of Slavs around. And the Saxons are over here. But we must raid the Britons. That is something that I should not forget. If I'm not mistaken, there is also the extra missions. Venture south of the Saxons' homeland, southern part of the map. And take possession of their siege workshop by converting. That could be very helpful and make this map so much faster for me. So, okay. Yeah, I'm probably gonna need this. And also this.